PK Humble!
Yes. What's going on? What's going on?
So, PK, I haven't seen a lot of quick presentation to show you guys.
Thank you.
This is the video content creation masterclass. PK Humble.
So I'm meant to basically be...
He's going to kind of talk us through this presentation.
Yeah, I'm going to talk you lot through the presentation, talk to you lot a bit about me, for the ones who don't know me, and the ones who kind of know me, because realistically, PK Humble is like
So yeah, who is PK Humble?
it's basically like an internet character kind of thing. Like that's how I kind of put it. Like, because there's Percy, that's my real name, and there's PK Humble. Like, and obviously, I like dibble and dabble out of the both of them in all my worlds. So basically, I play football. I play football with Nathan, semi-professional football. Shan saying I'm a professional. I ain't a professional. That's a lie. Not a lie, but that's just not what I do in it. But obviously, and then obviously I make content. So my whole thing is making engaging content, trying to make my content like authentic, which sometimes it gets me in trouble. Sometimes like my thing's a bit wild and crazy and I say some crazy things, but then that's what makes me kind of me. Like, in everything I do, I try and make it true to myself, try and make it what I would like. Like, I hate doing things that I think, oh, I wouldn't watch this, like, or I wouldn't enjoy watching this. So I always try and make content that's engaging. So I make content on TikTok, and I feel like all the content that you make is different. Like, so I'll post something on TikTok and it'll get 1 million views, and then I'll post it on Instagram and it'll get like 10,000 views. And then it's just, so it's finding the ways to engage your audience, because obviously there's different people on different platforms. Like, so I find that a lot of young people tend to use TikTok, Twitter, more older people use Twitter, so a lot of people don't really value Twitter, and then you can't really monetize and make a lot of money off Twitter, so people kind of dismiss it. And then obviously Instagram, which is, I feel like Instagram's the hardest one to like maneuver on. Like, everyone, like, you'll see a lot of people with like 1 million TikTok followers and then they've got like 10,000 Instagram followers, which is because I feel like Instagram, this is my like opinion in it, I feel like Instagram's like it's more of a real place. TikTok, you don't really take note of. Like, you'll see something on TikTok, you'll like it, but you won't really like find out or look at someone's story on TikTok. Like, I don't watch TikTok stories. Like, it's just like, yeah, it's one of them throwaway things you come in and out of. So it's just kind of finding, like, I've tried to find and maneuver my way through all of these kind of like social platforms. And then obviously Snapchat as well. When I first started using Snapchat, like, my Snapchat was pretty big. I had like probably, I think like the most I've had views wise on Snapchat was probably like 150,000. But then I had like my page kept getting taken. So I used to do promo on Snapchat and my page kept getting taken down on Snapchat. So like, I would post on Snapchat. There was 1 week, I think I made 4 Snapchat accounts in 1 week. That was the most annoying time, because on Snapchat you have all your memories and and I used to snap a lot, like every day. Like, I'll tie my shoelaces, I'm snapping, everything is snap. You can't, like, my friends used to hate being around me because you do one little like piece of stupidity, and I used to catch it. Like, I'll catch you on the sly, like, I'll do these ones here, like do those ones, and I used to catch everything on Snap. Like, and I feel like I kind of understood where social media could take me. Like, so I was kind of like, I was so on it. Like, I wouldn't let no kind of moment slip out of my hands. Like, I was just always bang on it. And then, yeah, so I think out of all of them, I probably like Snapchat the most. That's probably where I got most of my girls from. That's how I used to love Snapchat. But then, like, I feel like Snapchat's more real, and I feel like it's harder to maneuver on, because people are expecting daily content and you've got to deliver something. It's like you've got to deliver something new every single day and something exciting. So it's like, cool. I wouldn't necessarily wake up and think, cool, like how can I make my Snapchat interesting today? But it was more throughout the day, it was a conscious like decision. It's like, yo, like, cool. I know when I do this or do that, I'm gonna get certain reactions out of certain people. So it was more spontaneous but calculated at the same time. What's the next slide? So obviously, yeah, that's me. So I basically started, well, I don't feel like that's how I started. Like, so basically I started with music management. So I'll work it back to front. Or we'll do it the right way around, back to front on the presentation. But I started with music management. So I was managing Abracadabra for about what, 3 years. And then like we won the mobiles, we won a GRM award. Like we were just good friends, and it was kind of like seizing an opportunity kind of thing. Like it was, my friend was good at music, and it's like, cool, I can't DJ, I'm not like some marketing expert or like, but I felt like I had good people skills. I knew how to like speak to people. I knew how to like make friends. I knew how to entertain people. So it's like, cool, you're an entertainer. I know how to entertain people. So like, I started managing him, and he's not really a talkative person. So like, my personality will bring out his personality. So it allowed him to get into certain rooms. Like we was doing campaigns with Adidas and Deli Ali at the time. That's when Deli Ali was going crazy. And we done like a whole load of things. And then it just got to a stage where he wasn't really doing as much music. So like I started, but at the same time, I always wanted to play football. Like football was kind of, not always, but like the older I got, the more like kind of I realized like, actually maybe I do want to play professional football. Like growing up, I didn't really want to play professional football. Like it was just one of them. I used to go to church a lot. So I couldn't go and play Sunday league. So when I got older and I stopped going to church, I was like, you know what? Actually, I might want to play football. So then at the same time I was managing, I was pursuing a football career. So then I was training, going crazy in that, and then ended up signing for Colchester, signing professional and that. And then at the same time, I still had like my social media. So people used to say it to me like, well, like you're managing an artist, but I feel like you need managing. But at the time I used to not see it. Like I used to just think, what are you talking about? Like I'm just being the person that I am, like, and that like in all of it, that's all I've ever done, like be the person that I am, like. So people were looking at it like, and I'm just like, I didn't see the vision at the time. And then so I was playing for Colchester, ended up getting released by Colchester. So it was kind of like, that's when things kind of was like, what can I do? Like, what can I actually do? And then, I don't know, like I started to like gain more of a following on Snapchat. My Snapchat was open. I'll do silly things on Snapchat. People were like starting to take into my Snapchat, but it was like, cool, how can I move this across to like bigger platforms and platforms where I can start monetizing like the stuff that I'm doing. And obviously I started moving my stuff onto like Instagram and stuff, but it was understanding that transition. So now I'm basically learning that, cool, like on Snapchat I can post at any time, people are gonna come and see it, but then on Instagram it doesn't work like that. Like you've got to, for your algorithms, you've got to be posting at certain times, you've got to be doing certain things to make sure like your brand looks a certain way. So then obviously with the stuff that I started doing on like content and stuff, it was weird because like I always thought that my content would stop me from playing football, and it would stop me from like being seen as someone serious within the football world. But then obviously hashtag, they've got like 500,000 followers, I think like 200,000-300,000 subscribers. So it was like, from doing what I done, I got given the opportunity to play for this team, obviously because of my football. And like because of my content. So it worked hand in hand. Like a lot of the content that I used to do was like around football or just being the personality that I am. And obviously they capture, there's no team that does it like they do. Like they capture literally everything, and obviously their thing is getting as much content as they can out of the personnel that are there, but not everyone does content. So it's obviously, there's not a lot. I think probably I've probably got like the most followers in terms of like semi-professional content creator that can actually play football, because a lot of them do football content but can't play 11-a-side football. So it's kind of like a no-brainer for me. And then obviously we worked on, I helped them work on an announcement video for myself, and like a lot of announcement videos, like all like them kind of stuff they don't get a lot of engagement. Like you might get ones and two, well done, but obviously it's not like I'm signing for Real Madrid. Like no one really actually cares. Like it's not that deep. But like the fact that we put it together, I think I came with dry feet, and then I ended up putting a hashtag in my hair. So I knew like there's certain things that you can do to kind of like, sorry, it's getting hot in here, to get a reaction. So like with everything that I've always done, it's like cool. Like what kind of reaction am I looking for? What am I trying to get? Like, because with my content, it's meant to be, sometimes it's meant to be funny, and sometimes it's meant to just be outrageous. Like sometimes I know like cool, like this might not make someone laugh, but this is gonna cause outrage. Like, and right now I need outrage. That's the reaction you're looking for. So it's like with everything I'm doing, it's like there's always an outcome. But yeah, like I actually enjoyed shooting this video, making it like, we made it bigger than it actually was, like, and then sometimes that's what you kind of like, that's the kind of things that you've got to do. Like they made it look like they were signing the best player in the world, like, but realistically it was just me. So yeah, touching back to what I was saying about like the different kind of platforms. So Twitter is a weird platform. Like I find it very weird, because it's like people are just there chatting. Like everyone's on Twitter just doing a whole load of chat, and it's like it's not always useful. Like depending on obviously who you follow and but the people that I follow are always chatting nonsense. So I always see nonsense, but it's funny at the same time. But a lot of people don't really get into the Twitter world. Like they struggle in the Twitter world, because you've got to be able to mix it up, like, and you've got to be able to not only be able to speak to people, you've got to be able to like actually type and say stuff of substance. And then obviously TikTok's weird, like, because you can post one thing on TikTok and it gets 6 million views. You can post another thing and it'll get 6,000 views, and you're thinking, rah, like, I've done all of this and my thing's got 6,000 views. Like, this is nonsense, this is rubbish. But that is part of the game. Like, and obviously I haven't like fully worked out the whole algorithm on TikTok, but I know like kind of like I get a feeling, like I kind of know like, yo, cool, this is probably gonna bang, this might not bang, like this is 50-50, this is throwaway. But is just keep on putting on content out there is what is gonna help my thing grow. Like, and I understand that, and I'm still in a transition, and I'm still in a period where I need my platform to keep growing, like, because in a small scale, 156,000 sounds like a big number. Like, if you say there's 156,000 people outside waiting for me, like, it sounds big, but on a TikTok scale, it's not that big, like, because there's billions and billions of people on the platform. And then Instagram's one of them weird ones. Instagram, I find it slow. Like, building on Instagram, I find it like one of the hardest platforms, because it's so slow, but there's a lot of money in it. So I just still try, but it's one of them ones. Snapchat, that's my worst enemy. Me and Snapchat got some serious beef, because the amount of times I've had like accounts locked. Like now my other account got 42k subscribers. I make it my Snapchat is what's it called again? subscription based. So I did a subscription based Snapchat where you got to pay for my Snapchat in order to watch it. So it was funny enough is like my friend thought of the idea, like it was just literally like how I saw with Abs, it was an opportunity. My friend saw an opportunity. He's like, listen, like your Snapchat keeps getting deleted. Like in order to like keep making money off Snapchat and not get your account deleted, why don't you make people pay for it? And I'm like, brother, like, why am I gonna make people pay for it? Like, what's that gonna do for me? And he's like, yeah, if you've got people paying for something, you don't want to pay for a service and you're not receiving that service. So who's gonna pay for your Snapchat? They have to be either a serial killer or a real psycho to pay for your Snapchat and to get your Snapchat deleted. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And he ended up building he built like an Excel sheet. It's mad like the way he does it. So he built an Excel sheet. You got to sign up with a Google form, and then on that Google form, it'll go straight onto the Excel sheet with your name, email address. So when they don't pay, because it's a direct debit, when they don't pay, everything is associated to that person's account. So your Snapchat name, and like daily, he will just send me a list of names. And then that's how, like, not everyone's going to be an influencer, not everyone's going to be a footballer. But however, like, there's always roles within these kind of like circles where you can kind of fit yourself in. And the next slide.
Can I ask a question?
Go on, bro.
You know, with your Instagram posts, how much do you leave it until you start like archiving them or deleting them?
I don't know. Like I just see it as when it's ads, I'll try and archive them as quick as I can, like because I try and make my ads as engaging as it can be. However, like it's not always gonna be the case, but like most of my posts, I don't really archive my posts unless it's like I archived a few of my old pictures because I just look like a screw. So I was just like, bro, I don't want this. I don't want people like having these pictures. But like my posts, I won't archive them because a lot of people tend to like, especially like with my videos and stuff like that, they'll be like, it reminds them of a certain period of time in their life, or it just resonates to them till this day, like, and people will always like, I feel like everything's just full circle. So people will like I'll see videos that I posted 2 years ago come back, someone else like I'm Just Baiters posted it, or GRM's just posted it, and it's just like if I archived it, I would have lost that kind of like little following or little group of people that they might be bringing. So I don't tend to archive things. So this is a video. So like with this is a video that I posted. Wait, let's just play the video first, and I'll talk about it.
It's no longer a pending transaction.
Transaction has landed into the account. The balance is up now. It's uptown. Obviously today I had the Puma Kings on. I had to do it for Pele, and then obviously I done a bit of the Maria Donna. I done the Maradona outfit, and then I just 2 goals by the way. If you didn't know.
It's 2 goals and the first one a penalty. Was that how you wanted to score your first goal?
You know what? The boys, Toby said inside, he was like to me, are you sure you want to have your first goal as a penalty? And I said, a goal's a goal. A goal's a goal. It doesn't change. And I just wanted it to boost my... And then once I got the first one, I said, you know what? I could get 2. I was going for the Hattie, but unfortunately that transaction hasn't landed yet. So that's a pending transaction to come, the Hattie.
So that's the next goal for you then, the hat-trick?
Yeah, Hattie and a bicycle kick. Yeah, and then I'm gonna start playing with my collar like this because I feel like I'm Eric Cantona.
As you said, it's an unbelievable solo effort, PK. Talk us through that second goal.
Well, obviously it's come from the throw, and then I thought, you know what, let me exaggerate the touch from the right hand side to the left hand side. So I really exaggerated and brought it across. And once I brought it across, I saw a man marshalling into my direction. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go into an acute angle and show my body this way. The one I showed him this way, he went to the other way. The one I went to the other way, the goalkeeper came out. He dived early. I tried to give him a little jinky, but he went. So I just thought, you know what, let me just slot it. When I get in that position, I'm not going to do smash it. And then obviously the celebration, it was just too much, the emotions. I didn't know what to do. I just showed them the Puma Kings, you know, in memory of Pele. You know what I'm saying?
I can see what you look so familiar now.
So like with videos like that, so I do a lot of videos, yeah, and I always think, cool. Like I knew they were gonna interview me.
It's not like
I knew they were gonna interview me, but it was like, cool, like how can I make this video engaging? Like, I think the video ended up getting, 2.7 million views on Twitter. And Twitter, like I was saying, is one of like them weird apps where it's hard to get like serious engagement in there. But it was like, in that, it's just how do I enjoy myself? Like, how do I do it and think? I don't have to, but I do watch. I go back. I find it cringe and I hate it having to watch back videos that I'm in. But obviously, in order to get better at something, you have to see what you're doing, see where you're going right, see where you're going wrong. And is that cool? Like, how do I? My thing is like calculated expressions. Like, so is how do I highlight whatever I'm seeing and make it so it seems crazy. It might not be that crazy, but it seems crazy, and then it just brings a whole vibe and a whole atmosphere to whatever man's doing. There's a video. So like you'll see in the comments, like a lot of it is highlighted with myself, even though like I'm with the likes of Chunks and Harry, who are the biggest in like this in the industry that I'm in. And it's just like a lot of people sometimes will go in rooms like that and phase out or get scared and think, you know what, like I've got to let other people take control. But it's like, no matter, like, everyone's human, so it's like, you know what, cool, I'm in a room with these guys, but if I believe that I'm good at what I'm doing, why can't I take control? Like, why can't I show what I'm about, or why I'm in the room as well? Because you ain't gonna be put in a room that you're not good enough to be in. Like, if you're in that room, you're in that room for a reason. So that's how I navigate myself in life. And then obviously, like, when I'm talking about navigating myself in life, I've done this podcast, it got, 65,000 views. They've got 626 subscribers. It was like my ex-manager's podcast, and it was like, you know what, cool. Like, they had their kind of like way they wanted to do it, but I was like, you know what, like, you lot have just started this. I work with this day to day, like, so I kind of know like what will make your thing bigger, or what will make it like do well. Because at the time, I don't think, when was this? This is 2021. I didn't have as many followers. I didn't have as much of a following. But it was like, you know what? I'm gonna deliver this in a way, and I'm gonna make sure like I put this out in a way where it's gonna hit as many people as it can possibly can, like, and it's just delivery. It's more delivery and packaging it, like, and just putting it in different places. Like, usually people might put it on different platforms. I said to him, you know what, like, if you want to make this, don't try and go for the biggest platforms. You want to go for platforms where people can relate to this kind of stuff.
It's your boy PK Humble here at Mango Studio London, and we are delivering with the T-level students a video masterclass in content creation.